tuned into Quick Charge, the high voltage podcast bringing you the top stories in electric vehicles and sustainable energy daily. And it's all powered by Electrek. Welcome to Quick Charge. It's October 1st, 2024. I'm your host, Joe Boris. And because it is October 1st, we are moving into spooky Halloween version of Quick Charge. So, I don't know. I was thinking maybe some creepy music. We'll ramp this up throughout the month. But that is definitely coming. So get ready for that. We're going to start off our news today by reporting some sales numbers, and they are through the roof. Kia's EV sales are skyrocketing in the U.S. this month, driven by the hot new EV9 SUV. Despite talk of a slowdown in the U.S. electric vehicle market, Kia has continued building strong momentum last month. Kia's all-electric models set a new September sales record, climbing 43% from last year. The growth was driven by its new three-row electric SUV, the EV9. Kia sold another 2,096 EV9 models in September, topping the EV6 at 1,612. Through the first 9 months of 2024, the EV9 sales reached 15,970 units, and the EV9 is nearly outpacing Kia's first dedicated EV, the EV6, with 15,985 units sold through September, up 8% from last year. Quote, double-digit sales gains for Kia's EV and PHEV models prove Kia's leadership position as the industry transitions to electrification, Watson boasted. Kia's plug-in hybrid sales also set a new September sales record, climbing 11% year-over-year in total. Kia's plug-in hybrid sales also set a new sales record, climbing 11% year-over-year. In total, Kia sold 58,913 vehicles in the U.S. last month. Now, moving on from Kia, Hyundai also had a huge month. Hyundai Ioniq 5 sales topped 30,000 in the U.S. for 2024 after strong demand in Q3. We set an all-time sales record in the third quarter thanks to strong demand for our Ioniq 5 and hybrid models. That's according to Hyundai Motor America's CEO, Randy Parker. Hyundai did in fact set a new Q3 sales record. Total vehicle sales reached nearly 211,000, up 5% from Q3 of 2023. After selling another 11,590 Ioniq 5 models in Q3, Hyundai's electric SUV crossed the 30,000 sales mark in 2024. Hyundai's Ioniq 5 remains one of the best-selling EVs in the U.S., with 30,318 units sold through the first 9 months of the year, an increase of 20% over 2023. Ioniq 6 sales are also up 9% year-to-date, despite slipping 57% in Q3 with only 2,100 units sold. The sales growth comes despite Hyundai unveiling an updated 2025 Ioniq 5, which will be the first vehicle built at its new Georgia EV plant, which opens later this month. The new Ioniq 5 features more range, a rugged new XRT trim, and a Tesla NACS port. So, while the Koreans are having a great time, they had a great month of September selling vehicles. Everybody else did too, including General Motors. They neared double-digit EV market share in the U.S. after Q3 sales surged. That's because of the new models like the Chevy Blazer, Equinox, and Silverado EV finally rolling out nationwide as GM looks to take on Ford and take that number 2 mantle away from them. GM's, quote, EV for everyone strategy is finally starting to unfold, and their sales are taking off because of it. Despite not having an ultra-affordable model like the Chevy Bolt, GM sold a record 32,095 EVs in the U.S. in the third quarter. That's an increase of 60% from 2023 and 46% from last quarter. Following strong Q3 performance, GM is nearing double-digit EV market share in the U.S. GM's share of the U.S. electric market reached 9.5% in the third quarter, up from 7.1% in Q2 and 6.5% in the first 3 months of 2024. All EVs across GM's portfolio of brands had significant growth in Q3. Cadillac's Lyriq sales had probably the highest growth, selling 7,200 units last quarter, up 139% from last year. All of which is to say, EV sales are up everywhere. Not only in Asia, not only in America, but the European brands are having a great time too. Volvo's least expensive EV, the EX30, has already crossed a significant milestone. The 100,000th EX30 has rolled off the assembly line yesterday as demand for the low-cost electric SUV continues to rise. Despite its compact size, the EX30 is loaded with tech and safety features that the Volvo brand promises to deliver. As Volvo said, the EX30 is, quote, small but powerful and represents a new starting point for people coming to the brand. Prices started around $40,000 before incentives. The EX30 is Volvo's cheapest and smallest EV. In China, it starts around $28,600. However, it's already making a big impact on the Volvo brand's bottom line. According to Dataforce, the EX30 was Europe's second best-selling EV last month, trailing only the Tesla Model Y, which is the best-selling car in the world. Although EV registrations slipped 43% in the EU last month, again, that has a lot more to do with the political climate, with tariffs, with incentives being canceled, and people having artificially rushed to buy their new EV before those incentives were canceled than it does actual demand. Volvo saw some of the biggest sales growth of all. And they didn't just see sales growth with their passenger cars. They are seeing a tremendous demand for their VNR electric Class 8 semi-trucks as well. And that's because programs like this one continue to find funding to make them more commercially viable. Switch On is a $21.5 million funding project supported by the EPA and the South Coast Air Quality Management District that will see more than 70 of Volvo's VNR electric semi-trucks delivered to customers in the coming months. As I said before, the popularity of the Volvo VNR electric semi continues to grow, and the federal and California state government are fully on board. The new Switch On project is backed by $19.5 million from the EPA and $2 million from the South Coast AQMD. Fleets planning to participate in the Switch On program include SEVA, IMC Logistics, Maersk, and others. The trucks will collect data on performance in drayage and freight applications through 2025, providing valuable insights for all the truck's owners. Quote, there are challenges on the road to electromobility adoption, but through close collaboration with public entities, utilities, manufacturers, and other key industry partners, we can overcome these barriers and achieve our zero-emission goals, says Peter Voorhees, president of Volvo Trucks North America. We're pleased to say that with successful collaboration, we've together been able to find solutions that are critical for these fleets and have been able to deploy the 70 Volvo VNR electric trucks. By sharing our experiences and overcoming these challenges, we are paving the way for a broader industry adoption, just as we did with the Volvo Lights project and our participation in the JETSI project. Now, we love to close these shows off talking about the environment, talking about sustainability, talking about utilities, and today it's going to get a little bit weird. Aquaculture is going electric in Maine with the help of Aqua Superpower and the U.S. Department of Energy. This marine electrification project is being led by Aqua Superpower, which will provide those DC fast chargers to support Marine Ocean Farms electric boats through a partnership with Maine Clean Communities. The custom electric boats themselves will be built by Fogg's Boat Works in North Yarmouth, Maine, and will feature electric powertrains from marine tech leader Vita Power. Willie Leathers, director of farm operations and founding partner of Maine Ocean Farms, spoke about the grant and incoming electric boats. Quote, Maine Ocean Farms strives to continuously innovate our operations, embracing new technologies that can drive positive environmental change while supporting local economic growth. This project will demonstrate these technologies in action, providing data and real-time experience to other farmers and industry members. The Sustainable Oyster Cultivator says the Electric Boat Works and Aqua Superpower's charging infrastructure will drastically cut its operations' carbon footprint while minimizing noise, air, and water pollution, thus leading to a healthier marine ecosystem and improved water quality in the state of Maine. That's all we've got for today, October 1st. Obviously, we'll be adding more ridiculous Halloween decorations throughout the month. Be sure to like and subscribe and see how crazy it actually does get.